Good evening, folks. Welcome back to the Kickback Bonfire podcast. I welcome you guys to our opening episode in our series of love and relationships. Thank you for thank you for voting for this topic as it allowed us to curate more content that you guys, specifically our viewers, would enjoy. For tonight, it'll just be me, Sierra, as Hunter is busy with his own things that pertain to this miniseries of ours. Besides that, let's jump right into it. Mm. So for tonight, for tonight's episode, I guess still for tonight's opener, I would say, I will be talking about my my experiences with love slash relationships. So this episode we divide into three main parts: young love, backfire, and clarity. And each one will have a different girl that is involved. However, all three girls within the story are all connected in in one shape or another. And after each segment of each part, I will be talking about some of the lessons that I learned from each individual girl. And yeah, and I guess to start off with, I'll provide some context with this. So, so this story mainly centers around my sophomore year, um, and and this happened. I guess for most part, all started within the marching band, and I guess and this happened throughout the Euro sophomore year, but they would mostly concentrate within uh within the first semester, I would say, of everything. So yeah, besides that, let's jump right into it. So for this first part, young love, this involves a a girl called A. For those who know the story, please, this episode is not really meant to paint anyone in a bad light, or throw any shade or cause any drama. It's just my experiences, my opinions on what happened. So please, I please, it's just all in good fun, not in good fun, but like for us to just relax and just hear some of my experiences with love. So yes, sorry about that. So in this first part, young love, it involves a girl named A. However, this doesn't solely involve her, as the other two girls, B for backfire and C for clarity, are all involved with each other in each of their respective parts in some way. So I guess to start off with, A, B, and C were all good friends. Were or are still good friends. I haven't really talked to two of them in a long time, so I'm not really quite sure anymore. But I know for sure at that time they were really good friends, best friends, I would say. And B and C were the ones that really pushed A and me to actually get together. So I met A back within the first month of the school year starting, um as she was in the band. She just entered she just entered my section, the high brass section. And it was my sophomore year, so I wasn't a freshman anymore. I knew how the band operated. I knew the culture, the expectations within the band. So A would come and ask me some things, and at first, no, it was just like the usual questions and stuff like that, the usual interactions um, between that you new interactions you would have with people within your section. You're trying to get them. You're trying to know them a bit better. Just because because for most part you will be they will be part of your school life, your band life for the next 4 years. As I stayed in band, and many of my close, and many of my friends stayed in band for all 4 years. So yeah, so at first it was just the usual interactions between me and her. I know I had some interactions with B as well because she was also in my section, but not as much. And C had some interaction with her as well because she was in band. She was really good friends with A and B, and C was also in my ASL class. So I was kind of getting to know them a bit better. But 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 back on topic with A, so she was my section. It was all fun. It was all good. Um, at first, again, it was just the usual talk. Then later on, I kind of noticed that she was a bit not. She was a bit giddy and nervous around me. So I just kind of brushed it off. My friends said otherwise. That, hey Sarah, that she's may have a crush and she may like you. I was like, I don't know. Who knows? Because I didn't really see it that she had a crush on me as because of my past experience from before that point was pretty bad. As at the time I was pretty not really good looking. I was overweight for my age. I was taller I was taller than some of my average peers in those days, but I was still pretty ugly. A lot of the girls, some of the popular girls, used me as a joke. Like there was this one game back in middle school called Oreo, and I know it's a weird name. I know who came up with it, but basically, it was rock paper scissors, right? The loser has to ask out the whoever the winner said it would be, and many of the popular girls would ask me out, and at the time it was very embarrassing for me because at first I thought they actually liked me. I actually said, "Yeah, sure," but then the girl said, "Oh no, it was just for a joke. It's just for a game." And at that point, I was like, "Oh shit, oh man." I just felt so bad for myself because like embarrassed myself in front of all these people. And as time went on, I just became more accustomed to them using me as a joke. I was like uh, two of the popular girls would come up to me and say, "Hey, should I go out with me?" And say, "No," and then they would just be all smiling and happy, to go back with their friend group. So before that point of me being I had really bad experiences with love. So I just didn't want to be interested in it. Plus, it was new school year, so I had to focus on schooling, on my classes. But yeah, as we progressed within the school year, I think come around October. Yeah, around October-ish, that's when it all began to really unfold, I would say. So I don't remember really when it happened, but it was after a football game. I'm not sure which one, but within this football game, we would just it was like the practice like an hour or two before the actual game because the band had to practice all of our formation, ceremony, and stuff like that. And after we did all that, we were taking a quick break right before we go on the field. A a on behest of B and C's nudging, she just started talking with me, and she also started interacting with some of my friends within the section and the band because we were sophomores at the time. We were young. We like to mess around for our enjoyment. And then as as the time we had to go in the field came closer and closer, you know, it seemed like I was telling jokes and crap and stuff like that, just the usual the mess around stuff. But then she would always laugh, so I know it was a bit not. It was weird because it was just out of the ordinary for me. I wasn't sure if she actually liked me because I had kind of inferred that she may have a crush on me, but I just didn't want to believe it still because my past relationships and sorry, my past love experiences told me otherwise. Like, yeah, sure, she may have one, but it's best just to ignore it for now. So yeah, I would say became that we started talking more. We sat right next to each other in the bleachers. Just talk more in between times when we weren't playing our music. Um, we just got to know each other more. She was oddly close to me, which I don't really have a issue with, but just at the time it didn't really seem as much because I know I was having fun. I was just having fun, and um, a girl being within my a girl that's so close and actually enjoying being with me was a bit surprising as well for me. So I just at the time I just didn't notice it that you know but I guess it really started to come around to me that she did like me was when I don't really remember the exact words of it, but she was like along the lines of like, hey, your hand seems weird. For those who don't know me, who haven't seen my hands have a lot of lines as if like a knife have gone on them, which they have. I was born like this, but she saw my hands, like she should just seeing how it was, and she said, "Oh, your hand's bigger than mine," or something like that. And she wanted to compare it. It's like, "Oh, okay." And then there, and then after that, she just held my hand for the next hour or two. It was like, okay. I just didn't let go because again, I kind of, I want to be nice to her. I wanted to be nice. I didn't want to be rude to her because I know I just didn't want to embarrass myself or her in front of the other folks in the band. Plus, she was my section, so I know I didn't really want to be in bad terms with anyone within the section. So because I don't know if they were going to be with me for next 3 years or next 2 years. I mean, but yeah. So I don't know, I just accept it because I just don't. I'm a nice guy. I don't like conflict. No, I just want to be. I'm a good person. Well, in my opinion, I don't know, but what other folks say. But yeah, we just held hands for the rest of the game, and even after the game, we just kept holding hands, and I guess just start from there. So I would just like to clarify, like at the beginning of our quote unquote relationship, I didn't like her. Oh no, zero. I like her as a friend though. Not really for like romantically. I didn't like her because I guess I just didn't want to be in a relationship right now. So yeah, I didn't really like her. She liked me. She liked me a lot from what her friends B and C would tell me. Mostly C, because me and her also had an ASOL class. If I didn't mention that before, so she would talk to me about A lot, and sometimes B would also say something to me about A. Just tease her, right? So yeah, yeah, so at first I didn't really like her, but as we talked and talked, got to know each other, right? I kind of did start to develop feelings for her, right? And not, and I would say at the time she really wasn't a looker by any means, right? Like with respect, I would like to put it out there. Um, she wasn't looks wise, she wasn't anything great, right? But personality wise, I guess she was so me and her were just so in tuned. Like our personality were just so in tuned at the time. And it was a bit uplifting for me. I would say like it gave me a boost definitely because um it was the longest time a girl was actually talking with me and it wasn't feeling oh excuse me wasn't really uncomfortable with me. It was just a surprise for me. So I could continue on. And I planned to just let her off easy, saying no, I don't like you. But at the time, just started developing feelings. So I guess it came to a head when she asked me out, and I even asked her, "Is this as a joke or like is it a game or a prank or something?" Because I don't really like to be a part of those type of things. And he says, "No, no, I actually like you, and I want to ask you, and I want you to be my boyfriend." And I was like, "Oh, um, let me think about it." I said, "So, you know," and I had to ask my dad about this because at the time I was just still new, and it was a genuine question. I asked her about. I asked no, sorry, I asked him about it, and he was like, he said he was like, I'm still young. It's best for me not to date. I focus on my schooling. Just the usual stuff for me. And I told her, I'm sorry, but I can't. I'm too young to date. My folks said, and yes, I know I could have just said yes and not tell my parents, but it was just such a big thing for me because it was a genuine. She genuinely asked me out, genuinely. So I just didn't know what to do. I hadn't had an experience, so I just asked my dad for help. So yeah, I know she accepted it the way it is, but okay, the way me and her put it, the way me and her defined the relationship at the time, and the way I'm gonna say it right now is a bit. The wording's weird, but trust me, there was nothing happened. Okay, from what I can remember, right? And if A sends me a message about the about this later on in the episode, I will clarify about it again. But me and her at the time, from my memory, defined the relationship as friends with, I guess, like benefits, friends with benefits. I know the wording and the meaning behind those words are very different from what I mean, but please, nothing happened, right? Nothing happened that would imply the real meaning of those words, but that's just how we defined it. Or I guess another way I would say it, we like lovers. Like we weren't officially dating, but unofficially we were a couple in all but name. I think that's the best way I should put it. I should have said it, but who know? Who cares? Excuse me. Yeah. So after she asked me out and stuff, it just kind of grew from there. I know. B and C would also join in the fun of teasing her about it, right? We just talked more and more, enjoyed each other company, and I think I may have said earlier, but I'm not sure if I did. Me and her, my class and her class at the time were pretty close, so I would walk her over to her class, to her next class, and after that, me and her would walk together while linking arms and holding hands to band. So and a lot of the folks within the band did notice it, but no, they just kind of played it off, right? So so yeah, we just continued talking and stuff. She started to send me notes through sorry about that, Instagram. She started sending me notes through C, right? And I'm going to be showing you guys one of the notes that she sent me. So okay, just a little bit. So at the time, as our relationship grew and we started to talk more often, on more on Instagram, and then like on our phones, and we would call each other sometimes, right, and talk for a few hours, right. She nicknamed me Mochi, I guess because I was Asian. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's probably it. But it was at the time I accepted it because it was the first time I was in a relationship with someone, like a genuine relationship. And I called her I think carrot, or like I don't know, I called her, I think, carrot cupcake or just cupcake, because she asked me about what's my favorite cupcake flavor, what's my cake flavor. I still like, my personal favorite is still carrot cake, and that's why I told her at the time. And, she said maybe call me cupcake or something like that. I guess it just happened. So this is one of the notes that she sent me. Mochi, this is a lot for me to type. I promise you that. Even though I did get inspiration from love songs, it's how I personally feel. I truly never knew that someone could be so special or important to me the way you are. Every day I feel special because you chose me. Honestly, I wonder how I ever have gotten this lucky with such a respectful, funny guy. You bring joy to my heart, and I get all red when I see you or when C teases me about it. I'll tell you right now, no matter what you do, I'll always love you. I'm afraid to lose you, honestly. Maybe I'll do something wrong and I'll never know it bothered you. Always tell me what's going on or what's happening so I know. I hope you understand that I'm giving you my heart, my love, my everything. I'll do anything for you. You're part of my world and I wouldn't want to share such beautiful memories with anyone else. Every time I see you, it's like my day gets better. Whenever I don't see you, I do get a little down. It's odd. I've never had that effect before happen to me. My heart races at the thought of you. You're very special to me, and I hope you always know that. Regards, A. Yeah, so she would send me notes just like that. Either she would send me directly, or she would go on her phone and send to me. Just like a good friend would do. Well, between her and her, because I would tease A about it later on when I did bring it up, and I guess just further got more. Um, I guess the relationships grew more as C, who's also part of this story, who plays a big impact on this. She would kind of like third wheel with me and her when we were just hanging out and talking at times, and she would also take and C would take lots of pictures of me and her, and this was one picture. I guess the first ever picture that we ever took together was so it was lunchtime, and I still remember this. I was with my boys, hanging out at our spot, and then C, right, just came up running to me with A's phone. I was like, that's weird. Okay. And then C and A was chasing, was right behind C. She was going up the stairs, trying to get her phone back. So I was just, me being me at the time. I was just, trying to tease her about it, just trying to make. I was trying to joke with her, right? I was trying to mess with her. So after a while, we stopped. After a little bit of messing around, me and her had a selfie. And after that, I ran down the stairs and started to mess with her more, and she just ran after me. And I was, she's I was 5'8" at the time, if I remember correctly, and she was like I think 5'5" or 5'4". I don't really quite remember her height, but yeah. So she was shorter than me, so I was just putting my arm up with her phone in the air, and she was just, she's trying to reach up, and C took a picture of that, and I guess that really just made me personally fall in love more and more. But then after a while, it got better and better. We talked more and more over the weeks of the relationship. And then I guess the big thing happened around my last competition for band, where she met my parents. And oh wait, no, that's wrong. That's wrong. Wait, sorry. Okay, backing up a bit. A little bit before that, on our first away game, I think, yeah, it was the first away game. I arrived an hour early because I always arrive an hour early just in case, because I also forgot the time we were supposed to meet up. So, she was just sitting with, I think, C. It was either she was all by herself or C was with her. She was sitting down right below this tree on top of a little hill on campus. So I went up with her. We were talking. And I guess the mood just seemed right because I just grabbed her hand, just slow danced. You know, and I guess the setting was just perfect. The sunset in the background, nice little breeze. All quiet, and then we just looked into each other's eyes, and then we just kissed. I was like, she asked me, and then after that she asked me, "Was that my first kiss?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, pretty much." And I asked her the same thing. She said, "Yeah, same here." So we just continued to slow dance until we had to go for our first away game. And yeah, it just after that. I think at that point, I genuinely loved her because I'm not because some of my friends did tell me that I looked um a bit better than usual, like not like looks wise, but just like the air, the vibe around me just seemed. I was just happier, you know, because I was happy. I was really happy. I would say the time when me and her were really together, at like I would say the peak of our of our relationship, I was the most happiest. It was the most happiest moment of my life at the time. You know, I just because you know I would you know I had to go to school because you know it was law and my parents would you know always make me go, even though I genuinely did like going to school, but not really for my classes, but mostly for the folks, for my friends. But then, you know, when she came around, I also had another thing to look forward to. You know, I really looked forward to seeing her. You know, and every day, just like in the note that she sent me, um, you know, whenever I didn't see her, you know, I did, you know, the vibe around me did, you know, tune down a bit, but not so much. But overall, I just genuinely loved her. You know, and then fast tracking to why when I backtracked a bit, she met my parents at my last band comp, and you know my parents were very surprised, especially my mom, because you know she's like, oh, right, and you know it was nice that her meeting them, and then here comes the as I said a few moments ago, there was this peak, but now just like all stories, there's always um, a climax which changes everything. So I would say it started. Yeah, so it was the Veterans Day march. It was like I think a day. Yeah, it was a day after my last. It was a day or two after my last combo. Or I think it was even a week afterwards. But it was the Veterans Day march. You know, we marched. We played our music. It was hot. You know, but then when I was with her, right, just being the usual like lovey-dovey type shit, right, and and the romantic type stuff. She, I don't know, she just seemed distant to me. You know, it was weird because usually she wasn't like that. You know, it just didn't feel right. And, you know, I tried to ignore it because like, oh well, maybe she's just tired. You know, we were all tired. It was like 8 in the morning. Excuse me. It was 8 in the morning, and you know we didn't really want to. Maybe she just didn't want to talk or anything like or stuff like that, right? Just tired. So you know I just ignored it, right? Because you know we were all tired and crap. So and then I would say what then really did it was so at the just like I said a few seconds ago, she seemed distant on that day. What really I guess really happened, no, there were a few other things that occurred, but this thing what really happened. So it was in the morning. I just came off the bus, and she was with her friends. Right, she has a scarf, or I think one of her friends had a scarf. You know, I took it, you know, and then I wrapped it around her neck, you know, and like just pulled tightly, right. And you know, I was just messing around like usual, but it was in the morning. I like to mess around a lot, so and then she was just there, just accepted it. At the time, at the morning, you know, she just didn't. You know, it was all fine and stuff. Lunchtime, I didn't see her because I had to go to the library, so there was that. But then she sent me a message on Instagram about it, and well, and she said that she felt uncomfortable about about what I did because it's like here, let me try. No. Sorry. I'm trying to look for it right now. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. Where is it? Mm, okay, here you go. So, well, okay, so sorry, she didn't message me. A friend, a close friend of hers, which I saw at the bus stop, said that she wanted to talk to me. So when I got back home and I did everything, I was just in my room. I sent her a message, hey, your friend said you want to talk, and she replied back saying, I did. I don't mean to sound rude, but I don't like when you take my backpack and try to put it in a high place or tickle me. I don't want to say anything to you so that you don't get hurt, and I feel bad when I'm honest. I also feel like you tried too hard being romantic or something. Like this morning, tying the scarf around my neck and everyone was just looking at me. That kind of just upset me because I don't want anybody knowing what I like or want done to me like that. And I said I knew it. Just And then I said, I'm not sure why I said this, but I'm just reading what I said. Just whenever you feel like I'm overdoing it, just tell me, and don't be afraid to tell me because of you're afraid to hurt me. I'm not being rude or anything, just afraid of messing up again. So I hope you have a good evening. And that was November 13, 2018. November 13, 2018. And then after that, that was the climax. That's when everything just started to go downhill. Because in those following days, she became more distant to me, and at the same time, she met this guy. He was a senior at the time. She was a big K-pop fan, and he was a big K-pop fan. So they kind of hit it off. She told me that they just met him. Her and C and B met him, and I was like, okay, fine. But at the time, I did feel something was off. Because I know I just like it was just a gut feeling in me, and I just felt like she was just too excited about it, like just like I felt like that she was just more happy that she met him than me. I know I could have been overreacting, and I probably was overreacting, but I know it just didn't feel right. And then 2 days later, um, the Say's dance happened, and she did ask me to it a few weeks before, and I did say yes. So we did go to it, right? But honestly, from November 13th until November 16th, which was the day she broke up with me, and the Say's dance happened around November 15th, right? I really felt bad, like inside me, something my gut was telling me something's very wrong, something's not right. And yeah, honestly, I was right because deep down I knew it was all over. Deep down I knew it was all over. But from those 2 days and before the Sage dance and during the Sage dance, I was very desperate because I was trying to keep it from falling apart. Because I just I really loved her and I didn't want to let that go. But so when the Sage dance rolls around, it was all fun games and stuff. Yeah, some of the guys went with their girlfriends at the time, and we know she enjoyed it and I enjoyed it too, but we specifically, and I'm specifically saying we did enjoy it because it was just supposed to be a night for us to dance and have fun, but we had fun separately. And I know it's not a bad thing, but right, I'm not a controlling person or anything, but at the time, just didn't feel right. Did not feel right. And then the a few hours later, when the dance ended, Um, so I was about to go because my folks were gonna pick me up. Right, they were in the parking lot. They was pulling up. I was with her, right, and I just kissed her and then hugged her and saying good night. Because again, at the time, I knew it. I knew it. That would be the last time. That night and that day would be the last time I would talk to her, be with her, and just overall just vibe with her. Then D-Day. D-Day happened. November 16, 2018, 6:01 a.m. At the time, I wake up around 6. I used to wake up at 6 a.m. because the bus would come around 7:40, so I have almost two. I would always have like an hour and a half about just to get ready, get ready for school. So it was 6 o'clock. I hit my alarm to stop it. 6:01. I heard a ding. I heard a ding, and it was her. I thought I was like, okay. I was still groggy. I just woke up. And then the message, and I'll be reading it out loud for you guys. Hey Sierra, this isn't the best timing, but I need to say this. We should stay as friends. I'm losing the spark I had for you, and that sucks because you're a really great guy, but I'm still young, and I don't know my feelings well, and I don't want to hurt you later on. I'm sorry that I said it over text, but I'm a coward, and I can't confront people face to face. I'm sorry. Exact words, folks. I did not change anything. Just putting that out there. Okay. So yeah, yeah, and I guess I would. Okay, just going a bit off topic, really quickly. Um, for when a breakup does happen, I feel like the girl takes it harder within like the first uh in the first time, not the first time, the first days or the first few weeks, I would say. They take it the hardest in those few weeks, and those first few. I would say, sorry, I would say the first couple days they take it the hardest, right? This is my opinion, folks. Just putting it out there. But then the guys, they don't really care in the first few days. The first couple days, they don't care. A week passes, that's when it hits them. The second week, so like first couple days, just a little, just a little air, just a little poof of air blowing their face. The first week, it feels like it feels like a tap. Second week, an even harder tap. Third week is like a shove. Fourth, a full on push. Fifth week, it's like a whole ass right hook to the face. And I was the same way on the first day, on D-Day, when she broke up with me, when she dumped me. I'm sorry. Um, I didn't really, it didn't really um phase me as much because I guess I was still in shock about it. But me and my friends were also going to go to this little tradition of ours, which I will explain in the future episode if you guys would like to hear about it. Um, but then after that, the news spread like wildfire within the folks we know and within the band, and a lot of the folks were just being sorry for me, and I was like, who knows? It's fine, bro. It's fine. But then I would say D-Day plus two during the break, during the Thanksgiving break. That's when it hit me because um I realized I couldn't talk to her anymore. And yeah, then the next day after D-Day, I sent her a message about it, and I asked her, if it was because of me or if there was some other person involved, because I kind of thought maybe that guy, which they met a few days earlier, may have be a part of it, but I just wanted to be sure. And she said, I honestly don't know. I felt it fading, and I didn't want to keep something going if it wasn't going to go well later. I noticed. I just lost it, and I felt bad, and I didn't know how to say it. That was November 17th, and over the couple like the first week or two, she would message me now and then, but it wasn't the same as before. It was just as friends, and it did hurt me a lot. Um, But after that, me and her relationship, as even as a friendship, just faded. We were friends in a sense, but it was just awkward between us, so we didn't really interact as much. And after that, I kind of tried to move on, and from the whole relationship that I had with her, even though it wasn't like an official one, I still had a relationship with her nonetheless. So the one thing I did, the major thing I learned from that, looking from it from now, was how me and her didn't communicate. We didn't talk seriously. We only did the what's called the good stuff that a couples do. We didn't confront the bad parts that couples argue, talk. When there's a misunderstanding, we should have talked, but we just didn't. It wasn't her fault. It was um it may have been her fault at the time. It's most likely my fault as well. I would say we were both at faults for not talking at the time, because we were young again. So we just didn't know. So yeah, one of the big things I would say from now, or from me in this future, right? um the big thing from that I learned was communication is key, right? Because you're not just being you're not just a couple. You're not just with a person to be with for in the short run, right? If you're like me, I do it for the long run. I would have, at the time, around the peak of our relationship, I was thinking of, maybe she'll be the one. She's the one that'll stay with me for life. And maybe she'll be the one I'll be building a life with later on, right? But of course, she wasn't the one. But no, we did. But communication was the one I think really was the fatal flaw in the whole relationship. But yeah, that's about it for the first part. Young love. That brings it to end with the the moral to learn from it was, in a relationship, communication is key. Communication with your loved one, not just with the normal stuff, but also for the more hard, um, the hard stuff, like the more nitty gritty, and like the less glamorous talks. You know, yeah. Besides that, the first part, first love, is over, and we are back, and we are going to go on to the second part, which involves this her which involves A's other good friend B, for this uh, um, oddly named part called Backfire. And well, here we go. So I started talking to B again around, like, I'm not sure when was it, but I know it was like a short. It was a good while, not like a long time afterwards. After me and A weren't together anymore, but it was a good while. It was a good while. It's been a good while. There was a good space between me and A being together, and me and B being more involved together. Okay, so I would like, so just putting this out there. Oh, wow. Uh, I know what I did during this whole thing was pretty bad, and I probably shouldn't have done it, because I did play with her feelings a little bit. But that's just the name of the part, backfire. No, it backfired on me and her. I would say it backfired on her, that she had feelings for a guy who really still had feelings for another girl, right? And was kind of just using her just to get back, right? And it backfired on me, because it was just, I shouldn't have done that. It was just a bad thing for me to have done. But yeah, if so still focusing on the timeline, um me the relationship between A me and A lasted from October to November. I would say early October to mid November. Right, that's when that we were mostly active. And then me and B started to talk around like January, right? Just after after New Year's, because there was an assignment for band um which was annoying. It was called proficiencies, which was basically if you have any experience with actual music, like like an orchestra, band, setting. So for those who may not know, and those who are not really who haven't really experienced that, so music we there's a lot of scales. So like parts of music notes that go up and down to express the range and our well, from what I remember, it just to express our range and our skill, why like music wise, and it's just like a basic thing. I guess I could compare it to like in basketball you will learn how to dribble, but then you also learn how to dribble behind the back, in between your legs, um right. That's how I would I would kind of sorry use it and describe it. But yeah, so um me and B asked for my help since she was my section. I knew what to do with assignments. Asking for my help because I knew a bit more than her. So I did help her out. And at that time I was still in that rebound stage because like I still had feelings. I didn't have feelings for A anymore, but I just still craved for that love. I because again, it was my first time experiencing genuine love. So when it was taken away from me, I was still on edge about it. So yeah, so here comes the part where I say that I regret doing this to her. But B, she was asking for help. I kind of liked her, not in a way like again, it was just desperate and shit and stuff like that. So I really shouldn't have done that. But yeah, so I helped her out, and that's where the kind of relationship began, where she asked me for my help music for in the band. She would ask for my help, to help her out, because I just like helping people. And yeah, after that, just start to go on a bit more. You know, um, we talked more and more, and later on, we mostly talked through Instagram. Sometimes we would talk in school, but mostly on Instagram because that's just because she was part of the swim team and band. I was just part of band, but I had my own personal life going around, and then that's when no she no that's when me and her started to talk about stuff less for more personal things. No, just she's asking for my advice. No, um my advice on life, on things about life and stuff like that. And yeah, we just started talking more and more. um she just recently had broken up with her boyfriend at the time, and I guess we just kind of needed each other at the time, because she just broke off with him. I just got dumped by A. So I guess it was mutually accepted, I guess, if that makes any sense. um but then we just couldn't talk more and more. And and then she did hint at that she had feelings for me, but I kind of just like played it off that I didn't know, but I did know about it the whole time. Like I really did know about it the whole time, just to confirm that she did like me. But we just started talking more and more, and until when we were talking about some things, right? It kind of got heated a bit. We weren't like arguing anything bad, but just got heated up a bit. But that's when her friend, if I recall, her friend S, jumped in on her account and started talking to me about it. And we both calmed down from it, and then when she did come back, she asked me, um, she asked me, do you like me? And I'm sorry, do you have feelings for me? And I said, yeah, in a way, in a way that she was a good friend. I wanted to get to know her better. Just stuff like that. And then she accepted the way, and after that we just moved on. We just moved past the whole heated argument thing, and we just started to see each other. I just met her with her friends in the morning. Me and her would hang out in the library, just talk away from my friends because my boys would be like the usual, and just like mess around with me and her, right? Mess with me when I was with her. So that so we just hang out where they weren't there with us. But overall, it was a pretty short relationship. There was a trip to Disneyland where me and her rode, sat in the same seat together on our way home. Um, she and Yeah, I was just with her on that bus ride, and that's when we just, I guess, just like in became in tune again, personality wise. I'm not sure, but we just felt that connection there. We didn't do anything, we didn't kiss or anything, but we just like I guess we were just there for each other emotionally. But after a while, I did realize that I shouldn't be doing this. So I did um tell her. Actually, no, I didn't tell her. That's the bad part. I put it on my story, my close friend story, if I recall correctly. Just put on my story on Instagram and said that I'm gonna be taking a break from dating. And after that, I just ghosted her. She didn't hit me up, but no, I just ghosted her, which is a very bad thing to do, guys. I don't recommend it. But yeah, I know I just ghosted her, and overall, I just felt really, really bad for her, and I was really upset at myself because I was just like, why the hell did I do that? I shouldn't have done that. And I was playing with the other person's feeling just to, I was just using her basically, which I really felt bad, right? And that's when I kind of, tried to a step back. No, this is when I tried to take a step back and just really just, just reflect, I would say. And after that, I know a few months passed by. It was like the semester was kind of, it was like February, I think, or let me check. But yeah, that's just felt bad. No, I really wish I shouldn't have done that. No, basically just regret the whole situation. And I guess the lesson that one can take away from this um would be that, how was it? Would be is when you're in that in those funky stages, those weird phases where it's just sort of like a rebound stage. I honestly recommend for you folks, man or woman, just to take a step back. Just not have a fling, and just take a step back, reflect on what happened. Just try to move on your own before you went with someone else. Because I guess that's what really happened between me and her. I shouldn't have done that, but yeah, it is what it is. Then, uh, then I guess before we so we have talked about young love and backfire. Young love being the starting off point for my experiences in love. Backfire being like my dark days in love, and then with this final part would be involving C, the other close friend of the two girls in the past stories, in the past parts. I mean, and with this, I have came around to calling it clarity because that's basically the whole thing, clarity. Not most. clarity on how I viewed life, I guess, and mostly love. But yeah, so me and C have always been on a good terms, even after my whole debacle with A and B, right? No, we were always close. We had ASL together and bands, and we both just vibed with each other, just as good friends and close friends. And I did have feelings for her, right? But I really wasn't sure about them anymore because I was like, maybe it's just me still in that rebound stage, or me just wanting to be a better friend for her, right? But I guess just like, so this part's gonna be a bit shorter than the other two parts, but it's still gonna have be a bit more important, be a bit important. I'm gonna but so during the time I was with B, right? Around New Year's Day, I confessed to C that I had feelings for her, right? But as usual, she turned me down, let me off easy, and said we would be better best as friends. So how was that, right? I know there are many details that I probably have missed, right? So if those folks who are involved in this story do hear this, I'm very sorry, because there are many details I simply don't remember anymore. I don't recall, but please send me a message if I did maybe put you guys out of context or anything. So, and I will clarify them again in later on. But continuing on, back on story with C. I've always had feelings for C. Just as a friend. It started when I was with A, then I was with B, just close friends. Because I guess we always just vibed together. Right? We just vibed whenever we're with each other in our presence. We would just vibe with each other. We didn't really just hang out one on one in those days. We would be with other friends, but no, when we talk, we would just vibe together. And that's when I kind of got that false sense of like love, right? Because I knew that she wanted just to be friends with me, right? But I know I wanted to be with her more. I just really wanted to be with her, right? Because I did genuinely love her, right? But no, I also should have listened to my head, not my heart, more, because because B was still fresh, and A was still not. She was. It was still in me, like it was still in my head of what happened, you know, but the weeks continued on, and me and her still being friends. But then that's when I did something very very stupid. Valentine's Day. So to the weekend before Valentine's Day, no, I didn't really do want to do anything with Valentine's Day, but I guess like my heart just jumped the gun basically. So I was like, you know what? Let's let. I was like in my like my heart was telling me, let's just roll the dice. There's be a high chance she rejects me, right? But if there even there is the 1% chance that she accepts me, that she accepts me, I'll take it. Now it's a high gamble for me on my part, and I didn't think it through. But no, I got into contact with one of my friends, who was selling instead of a flower bouquet, she was selling a snack bouquet, and it was at the time it was pretty good for the price and the amount of stuff she put in there. It was pretty good, but yeah, and then I got into contact with another classmate of mine who was making earrings and necklaces at the time, and she was selling one of these heart one of these heart things, these heart earrings, which is like a nice pink heart, and then gold like um tips. One to connect on the earlobe, and one like as like a nice little design on it. Uh, so so yeah, I got in contact with them and whatnot, and um I get in contact with them, whatnot. Um, no, I kind of made sure that my clothes were nice. No, I made sure that I smelled good. I was all in a good. I was all souped up for the day. And when I did get those items from them, I on Valentine's, I did it. I jumped the gun. So it was the first. So I just got off the bus, looking all fresh and whatnot, right? And yeah, overall, and on that day, Valentine's Day, the school had this like um event, not an event, but it's like a dress up day. So basically, if you were taken, wear red. If you were single, wear white. If it's complicated, wear pink. I wore pink because, well, no, I loved her, but she didn't love me back in the same way, and secondly, I didn't have a white or red shirt, like a white or red button up. So yeah, yeah, it was complicated because for one, I didn't know how she felt about it, and two, I just didn't have a red or white shirt. I mean, hell, even now, I don't even have a white or red shirt. So yeah, but yeah. So back on story. So, yeah, so back to the story. It was Valentine's Day. It was D Day again, basically. But I would say even more. Like the risks were high, and what was on stake was a very high. And so, I got off bus. I got all the things from. I prepared them, and I went to her when she was in the morning. She would hang out in the entrance of like this of where the buses would drop off their students. So she was there, and I was like, "Hey, see." They said, and she turned around. And was like, and I had all the earrings. No, I didn't have the earrings out, but I just had them in my pocket, right? Because I was hoping if I could put them on her, right, when she said yes. And I had the bouquet in my hand, right, and I was like, so see, when she turned around, I was like, Happy Valentine's Day, and then yeah, she just like all her friends were like surprised about it. She was surprised about it, right? Not like surprised in a happy way. I guess like just I guess she was just like thrown off guard. It was basically just like it was basically a ball out of left field. So um, and then when after she accepted it, right, she got it. I'm going. So bell rang. I had to leg it all the way to my I think my biology class. Sorry, no, sorry, my chemistry class. And I sent her a message. I sent her a snap asking, "So, see, will you be my Valentine's for the next day and the next?" Um, I so basically she said that we would again be better off as friends, and honestly, I don't know, man. Like honestly, I should have expected it, but it just hurt me so much because my heart just broke. It was even more of a it was just I got hurt even more because I saw her the next class because we had band together, right? And I was honestly when I stepped into the room, my friends immediately felt something was wrong because I was just tearing up, while walking while going to the closet to go get my instrument. I was just tearing up, you know. I was holding back in because I really just wanted to just go sit down on the floor, curl up, and just cry, because it really did hurt me, you know. Um, um, when my one friend, when I was being his usual self, being an ass and being annoying, I told him I told him to shut the hell up, and slam my fist against the wall, right, while holding back the tears going down my face, and honestly, it was pretty hard. Uh, for me to hold in, and then the following class, in the following class, we still had a class together because she was an ASL and I was in ASL, And it was just kind of hard for me because I yeah, I couldn't hold it in. I just couldn't hold it in. So I just asked the teacher if I go to the bathroom. I just went to the bathroom and just cried. Yeah, I just cried in the bathroom. I think I was there for like 20 minutes, like a good 20 30 minutes, around like the whole time of SSR time. You know, I was just crying there. You know, just crying. And then after when I came back, my other friend in that class started annoying me as well. I think I told him to either shut the hell up again, or I grabbed his t-shirt, I grabbed his collar and said, "Shut the hell up." Again, I said, basically told him to I told him to shut up, but while having this like anger in me, not anger towards her, but it's like overall, it's like being upset. And then during lunch, I didn't eat with my friends. I just ate and just walked around. I found a quiet place um, behind a tree and just sat there, staring off in the sky. Just looking at it. And then as the day went on, um, I knew a friend of hers, like a good friend of hers. I knew a good friend of C's in my AP class. It was my last day class of the day, and I knew that she and her were using the same bus. So I told her, "Hey, could you give this to C?" And there was the earrings, and then yeah. After that, I went back home, cried some more, felt bad, and then I tried to talk to her, but she just ghosted me. At the time, I thought that she just hated me. I thought that she just wanted to cut me out of her life. At the time, I really felt bad, and even when I did try to talk to her, it just there's just this air of awkwardness around, not around, but between us, and it just didn't feel right. And um, and and well, okay, not and then yeah, I just felt bad, and just yeah, but then a few, like I'd say like a year, or I would say a year or two later, like an actual, not 1 or 2 school years, but an actual 2 years passed by. She said that she sent me a message on my account, and she on her new using her new account, she said that she just saw the message that I sent her, and um she actually got rid of the account because she was getting harassed online for some crap. Just like just usual strangers harassing her. So I did. So she did say that it wasn't her intention to cut me off, but and from before that point, I really did think that she did cut me out of her life and just hated me. But after that, but when she cleared it up, I guess the air around us, the tension between us just eased up a bit, and I was able to talk back with her again. But before the time she sent me that message and cleared everything up, I did feel bad. I took a risk. I thought I ruined our friendship, and I really did felt I did feel that I had lost a really close friend, a really good friend. And honestly, after that, I really, and that when I mean really, I really took a step back and learned that I shouldn't be loving anyone else only after I have loved myself. Because once I was exposed to love and everything with I know I it's basically a drug. Love is a drug. Uh, it's a two-bladed sword. One, it can do great things for you, great good things for you, right? But on the other side, it can really hurt you. It can really damage you. So I learned that I I shouldn't date anyone. I shouldn't be with anyone until I was confident in my own skin. I accepted for who I was, right? and overall, I just took a step back from everything and just tried to become a better person. You know, uh, and yeah, then that, like, I guess that's when the whole affair of just A, B, and C just really made me to the person who I am today. Um, I just that time it those days were really taught those days taught me really good lessons. Those lessons that I really don't want to, that I don't regret learning. Well, besides that, folks, from the time of this recording, it's in like an hour and 12. So it's been a while for this episode. I apologize for it taking so long, but I know that I just couldn't. It wouldn't it wouldn't do good if I just compressed everything. So I know I just wanted to let y'all know about the lessons I learned. And hell, maybe for those who may be going through this or have gone through this, maybe another lesson or another thing to learn from. But besides that, guys, I would like to again thank you for allowing us to make this episode and this content series for you guys. And besides that, there's nothing much for me to say. But no, just the closing statement would be, if you haven't followed our Instagram, it's in the link in the description. Our Discord's also up there. That's where we post the news, but we will still be posting on our Instagram for news on the same time. But besides that, this but besides that, this is Sierra from the Kickback Bonfire podcast saying goodbye for now. Good night, folks.